So what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking about Disneyland versus Disney World. I have been to both, and just to put it out there, many YouTubers, not all, there are quite a few out there, but many YouTubers, and not even just YouTubers, but people in general, their home park is Disney World. Well, I'm just gonna put it out there. My home park is Disneyland. I am from the West Coast, so it always just made sense that we would go to Disneyland. Growing up, I went to Disneyland for many years. Every Thanksgiving, that was our family's Thanksgiving. We would go on Thanksgiving Day, and for a couple of days, because we live about 6 hours from Disneyland, and so we would kind of make a few days out of it just to kind of make it worth the drive. But I've been to Disneyland countless times. I honestly can't even tell you how many times I've been. And then I've been to Disney World one time, actually for the first time, obviously if I've only been once, but I went for the first time this past August, and I will tell you, it was amazing. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the differences of the two parks. So the first thing, number one, is the space. Okay, now everyone has their own opinion and everyone likes what they like, which is totally okay. And trust me, there is amazing things about both of these resorts. So you have Disneyland Resort and Disney World, and the first thing is the space that these resorts take up. Now, Disney World is gigantic. In comparison, if you've been to Disneyland Resort, it is huge in comparison. Now, me personally, that was actually one of the biggest things about Disney World that I didn't really like. The fact that everything was so spread out. It took so long to get to every single park. It was kind of like a chore to do everything. Like it was like a journey to go and do anything. Again, Disneyland, the resort itself, is very intimate, and it's very compact. Now there are pros and cons for that, because it is compact because it literally is in the middle of Anaheim, California. It's like in the middle of a city, and so their expansion isn't quite as, they're not quite as able to do that as they would be at Disney World. But the beauty about Disneyland is it doesn't take 90 years to get to anything. Like you literally can walk across like this like veranda. I can't even really think of the word you would call it, but you can literally walk across this area where here's California Adventure and then here's Disneyland, and literally it would probably take you like 10 minutes to go from one side of one park to the one side of the other park. And so it's pretty cool about that. Another thing is all the resort hotels are also walking distance. Downtown Disney is also walking distance, and if you don't want to stay at a resort hotel, you are also able to stay at hotels off the property, which are also walking distance. So the beauty of that was, I just really liked the fact that the space at Disneyland is more compact. Disney World, everything was just so drawn out. Disney World has pretty much most of the main attraction rides that Disneyland has, and you have to go to like 4 different theme parks to enjoy all of those, when at Disneyland you only have to go to 2. So that's pretty nice. Now obviously Disney World has things that Disneyland does not have, but overall I do kind of like the smaller area. It definitely saves the feet, and it's not quite as a chore to get to everything, but it's okay. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is rides. Now, there are some rides at Disneyland that Disney World does not have. One of the main ones is Indiana Jones. Disney World does not have any sort of Indiana Jones ride. The same car that you ride in Dinosaur Animal Kingdom is the same car that you use at Disneyland's Indiana Jones. I personally like Indiana Jones, the ride, better, but again, that's cool. Also, I'm trying to think of rides that Disneyland has that Disney World does not have. Radiator Springs, there is no Cars Land at Disney World, and Cars Land is actually one of my all-time favorite things about Disneyland Resort. When they opened that, I literally was just like, what? This is amazing. I love Cars Land. So they don't have any of that. And then, I'm trying to think. And then, yeah, a lot of the California Adventure, like, rides, like California Screamin', that kind of thing, they don't have. Now, one of my favorite rides that we rode at Disney World was Mount Everest at Animal Kingdom. That is an amazing ride, and we don't have anything like that at Disneyland, and so that was a phenomenal ride. Rock and Roller Coaster is pretty awesome too. It was way faster than I thought it was gonna be, but that was a really, really cool ride. What else? Disney, I'm kind of going down the things. Like Mission Space at Epcot, we don't have anything like that. But I think my two rides that I absolutely loved at Disney World were Rock and Roller Coaster and Mount Everest. Those were phenomenal. And so again, it kind of preference, but the big ticket rides like Space Mountain, I like the Space Mountain in California. I just like the track better. But Space Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, I like Florida's Splash Mountain better because I like the fact that we sit next to each other. And California, you need to get your act together because in Disney World, they give you a lap bar. California, at least since the last time I went, which was about a year ago, they did not have any sort of seatbelt or lap bar, so you gotta be careful on Splash Mountain. Thunder Mountain, Star Tours, Soarin' over California, Tower of Terror, all of those rides, they're pretty much the same. They're Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean. There may be a little bit of difference, but overall, they're pretty much the same. But California one for Indiana Jones, and their Space Mountain, and Florida loved Mount Everest and Rock and Roller Coaster. All right, nighttime shows. One of the we saw when I went to Disney World, we saw Illuminations at Epcot. We saw Fantasmic, which Disneyland also has. We saw Wishes, and then we also saw a random fireworks show at Hollywood Studios that we didn't even know what was going to happen. But Illuminations, I'll just kind of go down the line. Illuminations actually was probably my favorite nighttime show that we saw there. It was absolutely fantastic. My mom and I were just like, we didn't really know what to expect, but it was way better than I thought it would be. It kind of just like warmed my heart, and it was the first nighttime show we watched. And it was just like, gave me that Disney feeling. I don't know. It was just like warm, the music, all the countries. It was just really, really cool. And so I really, really liked that one. Fantasmic, I really like the show in California, but I love the fact that you get to sit in Florida. In California, you have to go like get a spot real early and like kind of park it. They actually might even have fast passes for it now, I'm not even sure, but you have to go and find a spot and like chill on the ground for a while to get your spot. But that was really, really cool. We also saw Wishes. Wishes was cool. It was a typical Disney fireworks show, and many of you have seen it. My all-time favorite fireworks show, I haven't seen the Diamond Celebration one, the one that's currently going on at Disneyland, but my all-time favorite show, fireworks show that I've seen at Disneyland was the 50th anniversary fireworks. Phenomenal, like literally, go on YouTube and look it up. It's amazing. Not the same if you're not there, but it was just amazing. And I saw that fireworks show quite a few times, so that was really cool. And then again, we saw this random one at Hollywood Studios, which was amazing because we were actually on Tower of Terror when it was going on, and it literally felt like there were fireworks like right in our face, and so that was like awesome. And so that was really, really cool. But my all-time favorite nighttime show was actually World of Color at Disney California Adventure, and I don't know what it is, but just the water, the music, it's big, it's pretty, it's just beautiful. Again, I wish California would have seating for those kinds of things, but they don't. Again, you have to get a fast pass, you have to go in your area, stand, wait. So it's kind of hard, especially if you have older people with you. Little kids can just sit on the ground, but like older people, it is kind of hard just because they're standing, all this kind of stuff. But World of Color is my all-time favorite nighttime show. But Illuminations was really, really cool, and the random one at Hollywood Studios was amazing. We don't even know what it was, but it was cool. Food. So when it comes to food, the options of food at Disney World do not even compare to what Disneyland offers. That was one of the things that I was the most impressed with at Disney World, is the fact that you have so many options. Part of that, kind of going back to the space thing that I was talking about, is Disney World has the space to do all that. They have the ability to have all these fancy restaurants and all these wonderful choices of food that you had. Disneyland has dining plans, but we've actually never used them because of their lack of choice of eating, to be completely honest. And Disneyland, again, is in the middle of a town, so you can walk 10 minutes to a regular chain restaurant and pay like half the price that you would at a Disney restaurant. It kind of takes the magic away, but again, if you're talking about money and all that kind of stuff, you have the ability to do that. Now, Disney World, if you flew and you don't have a car, you don't have the ability, and so the fact that they create so many good food choices was phenomenal. We had the Disney dining plan where we got a sit-down meal, counter service, and two snacks? Or a snack each day, and that was more than enough food. It was absolutely fantastic. My two favorite restaurants that we went to Boma in Animal Kingdom Lodge, because we actually stayed, that's where we stayed, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it was off the hook. It was a breakfast buffet, and it was like amazing. They have these tater tots there that have the most amazing like seasoning. I think I found the seasoning in the gift shop and I should have bought it. It was just, they were amazing, but that was so good. And then we went to Ohana at the Polynesian Resort. Gosh, like I think they had to roll us out of there. We ate so much food, and that is all you can eat, and they just keep on bringing you food, like, hey, you want some more food, cousin, like all this kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. And me and my family, because it was my mom and I and my boyfriend, we went, and we love to eat, like food's a pretty big deal. We're not like on the go snackers, and like so that was awesome. So honestly, sorry Disneyland, but in comparison to what Disney World offers at their resorts, the food does not even compare. Lastly, we're going to talk about hotels. Now, same exact thing at kind of similar to what I just talked about with food. The hotels that they offer at Disney World do not even compare to what they offer at Disneyland. Disneyland has 3 resort hotels. You have Paradise Pier Hotel, which is like the cheapest one out of the 3. You have Disneyland Hotel, which is the original hotel that was there, and it's been refurbished and it's nice. We've stayed there before. And then you have the Grand Californian. The Grand Californian is the biggest hotel, is the most, it has a spa, so like the most luxurious hotel that you have there. Grand Californian is like a mix between like the Grand Floridian, because that's what they call it, Grand Californian, and Wilderness Lodge. It is, the theming of it is like you're staying in the redwoods of California. And so those are the 3, and they're expensive. It's like you staying in a one of the more expensive resorts in Florida. But those are the only 3. But again, the fact that you can walk 10 minutes outside the parks, outside the resort area, and stay at a Ramada, or stay at a Best Western, or stay at even a nicer hotel, but for cheaper, that's the option there. Again, you kind of lose the magic of Disney, but again, if you're talking about just the fact of money and all those kinds of things, that's it. Now, Disney World, that again is what I am so impressed with, is they have all these themings and all the themes of all these different resorts. I was watching some videos the other day, and just all the resorts that they offer are like it's amazing, and I'm so impressed, and I can't wait to go back. I don't know when, because it is, for us to get to Florida from the West Coast, it's a lot more expensive than us just driving 6 hours away to get there, with plane tickets and everything. But the hotels were fantastic. We went to Animal Kingdom because that's where we stayed. We actually stayed in Kidani Village, and then we went to Grand Floridian just to look. We went to the Contemporary. We ate at Chef Mickey's there. We went to Polynesian. We ate at I forget what it's called, where they make fun of you at Wilderness Lodge. We ate there. Wilderness Lodge is beautiful. So we saw all these different resorts, and I was just so impressed with all the theming. So again, if you're going for the magic factor, and you're willing to, you know, like spend more money and all those kinds of things, I definitely recommend saving up and going and being a part, because like we were immersed in our hotel, and I'm going to do a review on Kidani Village, but in our hotel you look out the window and you could see animals. Like we woke up to little warthogs and like deer every day. Like it was the coolest thing ever. So again, hotels don't even really compare to Disneyland, but those were the biggest differences that I noticed between the parks. Like I said, Disneyland will always be home, but Disney World was pretty amazing. But there's so many pros and cons to both, and if you have the opportunity to go to both, I like highly recommend it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Please be sure to subscribe. Yeah, subscribe everybody. Thumbs it up, leave comments if you have any questions, and we will see you next week. Have a good one, everybody. Bye. Disney has always just been such an inspiration to me. I am obsessed with Disney parks. I absolutely love Disneyland. I absolutely love Disney World, and I am so excited to